I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you to the Faculty of Language Studies. Before I introduce you to the tutors in this faculty, I want to ask two basic questions. What is a language? And what is linguistics? Firstly, what is a language? Well, everybody knows that English is a language, and that Spanish and Japanese are others in this category. But we also know that English is not used in the same way in New York as it is in London. You may also know that English is not used in the same way in London as it is in the north of England, say, or the west of England. So English is a language, but it has many varieties. We could say there are many Englishes, just as there are many Spanishes. The intrinsic meaning of language is a shared system of expression particular to a nation or people. But in fact, one language can have many varieties. For example, British English, American English, Cockney, which is London English, Scouse, which is English spoken by people from Liverpool, and so on. What is French to a businessman in Paris is not the same French used by an old woman in Lyon. You can be sure that it will be very different to that of a teenage boy in Quebec. We all know that words change their meaning according to the context they're used in. This change in meaning can sometimes be quite significant. The word pitch, for example, can be used to refer to the field area available for playing football or cricket. However, in phonology, it is the range of voice level available through the vocal cords. As language users, it is important for us to understand how words are used differently in different situations. The understanding that language usage adapts to the context and environment leads us to the broader definition of the word language, which we linguists prefer. This definition is not restricted to the 6,000 distinct communication systems, including key languages such as English, Chinese, and French. It includes any form of speech within these categories, including dialect. Dialect, by the way, is the variety of a language used in a particular part of a country. So we have defined language, but what about linguistics? The linguistics that you will study in this faculty is concerned with the scientific study of language as a communicative and cognitive system. I'll let you write that definition down. The scientific study of language as a communicative and cognitive system. During your studies here, you will have the opportunity to focus on a range of different branches of linguistics. Human language is, by definition, uniquely human. By choosing to study language and linguistics, you will be exploring an area which is central or intrinsic to humanity. You probably know that understanding the intrinsic or basic meaning of a word can help you to learn how it is used in different contexts. In the same way, by trying to learn more about the basic features of language, we can also learn more about humans in general. In the 1960s, an American linguist named Charles Hockett demonstrated that all human languages share a series of key design features. The communication systems of other creatures do not display these features. There are three key features. They are displacement, creativity, and duality. Displacement can be defined as the ability to talk about things which are not happening right here and right now. Animals can make communicative noises, but they cannot express past or future or probability, for example. They cannot displace from the here and now. Creativity enables us to understand and produce new utterances easily. Chomsky has said that language is rule-governed creativity. Creativity is fundamental to human language. Finally, there is duality, from dual meaning two. Duality refers to the existence of a series of elements which have no meaning in themselves, but which combine to form units which do have meaning. The letters C-A-T have no meaning in themselves, for example, but combined as cat, they have a clear meaning in English. You probably have a picture of the animal in your head now, but combine them again as act, A-C-T, and a different image jumps into your head. And incidentally, a different type of image, since cat is a noun and act is a verb. TAC and CTA and ATC have no meaning in English, at least not at the moment. I'll return to duality in a lecture next week. We'll also be talking about signals and symbols. No animals can communicate through a medium which includes all the features of human language, but all humans can. Human activity is complex and varied, and so is the study of language and linguistics. I shall now return to the different branches of linguistics which you will encounter in this faculty. These range from morphology and syntax to the study of areas such as psycholinguistics and sociolinguistics. These areas may seem unfamiliar to you now, but if you use your knowledge of affixes and combining forms, then you can work out the meanings of some of these branches. For example, psycholinguistics is concerned with psychology and how language affects learning. Sociolinguistics involves society and people's attitudes to standard and non-standard forms of language. The ology in morphology brings us back to the concept of linguistics as a scientific study. In this case, morphology refers to the study of word structure. In other words, how different elements, or morphemes, combine to form what we call words. Oh, and the syn in syntax means together. So, syntax means the way words are combined or arranged in sentences. So, to sum up, what is language and what is linguistics? Language is a unique and organic communication system. It is unique because it is only humans who possess it. It is organic because it grows and changes all the time, just like a plant or any organism. Language can also be defined through its key design features. It is unique because of its close relationship with the human mind, the brain, and society. What about linguistics? The role of linguistics is to analyse and explain language. But we can go further than that. Linguistics is also the study of the way language is used in everyday life, the way it is employed.